G'day world and welcome back to Stuff We Do, where we do all the knife stuff you love. Knife reviews, knife tests, knife modifications and outdoor stuff with knives. Today we're looking at a pickled steel. Okay, look at the beautiful box. Inside the beautiful box we get an extra pocket clip. We also get a little tool and a microfiber cloth. We always love it when we get something extra. Okay. Now this one, I know, I say this way too much and every time I have a new knife I say it again, but this is my new favorite. Okay, flipper tab. Let's see, we can fail it if we try, but if you just half-heartedly try to open the thing, it will open. It's got thumb studs, beautiful thumb studs, little rings, little what-whats, and it flicks open like a machine. If we do a spidey flick, fantastic. Now look at the shape on this knife. Wonderful, beautiful, simple shape. Sometimes simplicity is the best way to go. We have this beautiful curve running all the way, straight spine. We have nice belly, quite thin behind the edge. We have a nice swedge over here. And then this handle is fantastic. I don't know how big your hands have to be for it not to work, but it's going to be fantastic. Please go check that video. I did it, I don't know when, sometime. This way, according to the American glove sizes, my hand is between large and extra large, but this way it's only medium. So I have short little fingers and fat little hands. But this knife still works perfectly in my hand. Okay, this FRN scales on this knife. They are pretty much like those bi-directional Spyderco things. However you're going to use this thing, there will be enough traction. I also like the big pivots. That feels wonderful. So pinch grip, hammer grip, saber grip, it will work for all of them. Then when we do it reverse, it is still fantastic. Like this, it's going to be a bit annoying. So if you want to do a chest lever grip, this thing is going to poke you in the hand. But yes. Okay, so this thing is a fantastic EDC knife. Look at the action on this thing. Wonderful. Okay. Let's quickly see inside there. Okay, the liners have not been skeletonized at all, but it does not feel heavy, so that's fine. We have this beautiful, and it's not super thin, but it's thin enough behind the edge for any EDC task. And then let's quickly look at it. It's a pickled steel, their new logo, and then on the back it says D2 and Freja. Okay, so if you know your Norse mythology, good for you. Otherwise, Freja pretty much just means woman. Okay, now I will never say that this is a woman's knife because this is my new favorite knife, and pretty much the whole weekend I've been carrying this thing. I really like this knife. Okay, yes, let's do some specs on this thing. They do have all the specs on the Pickled Steel site, so go see if you want to figure out what's going on there. Okay, it's 3mm thick, which is 0.12 inches. And then let's quickly check this. Blade length. 3 and something 16ths. Okay, so that's the one. And then in centimeters, blade length is 8 centimeters. Overall, it is just a bit less than 19 centimeters, and overall in inches, it's 7.5 inches. Wonderful, useful knife, useful size, useful shape. Action on this thing is fantastic. It feels great, and I don't know why, but I think it's the blade shape. The blade shape on this thing is just so easy. We have enough of a tip to grab finger meat, which is always a good thing. We have a curve. This is straight enough to do carving and things like that. You can roll your finger over the flipper tab to do some more intricate carving, wonderful little knife. I don't know the price. Like I said, go check the link in the description. Go to Pickled Steel and go check for yourself. Let's quickly check sizes on these screws. Okay, T6 for the body screws and the pocket clip. That's that little Kershaw thing of mine, and this is the CRK bit driver. This one has an 8 in it. Yes, an 8 for the pivot, which is pretty much standard fare for these types of things. Now, let's get to this. I love this knife. This knife is fantastic. I will never change anything on this knife, but I'm going to get myself a pink one. They have these ones in blue, pink, and black. Now, black knives matter, I know that, and most of my knives are black, but I'm going to get myself a pink one. Then I'm going to dye it red. Then I'm going to do a flipper delete on this thing. Not that I have anything against the flipper, but the thumb studs work so nicely that I don't see the need for a flipper. Anyway, then I'm going to do a flipper delete on it. Then I'm going to etch the whole blade until it's gray, and I'm going to bronze all the hardware and the pocket clip. Oh, that's going to be so cool. Okay, because look at the pattern. If you have this thing, oh, it's going to be magic. Anyway, so I'm going to do that in a later video at a later stage once I get myself a pink one. But this one I will never change because this one is not going to leave my pocket. Okay. We bride today. We did some ribs and all kinds of wonderful things, and I was using my Pickled Steel, the camper. I love that thing. Yeah, so I was doing that. I'm just quickly going to bite the kid because I hear them making noise outside while I'm busy. And then all of you watch the rest of this video. Okay, our fire is still very hot and my delivery guy came, so I'm happy. Okay, so this is what I got. Okay, now I need a knife. Give my mess on. Okay, just wait for this one to crawl over a table and give me a knife. Okay, we're doing the Pickled Steel camper. Okay, so what did we get? We got ready to braai, grill house style, pork spare ribs. Okay, we got, what's that, a kilogram? So we have 2 kilograms in here.
Okay, this is a crap.
Man, that's quite expensive. Okay, so we're doing ribs today. Okay, there we go. 2 kgs doesn't look like that much, but I should eat well at least. Okay, before I turn these things, I'm using my Pickled Steel camper. I really like this knife. The more I started out abusing this thing, like betoning through pieces of wood and whatnot and stuff. But the more I use this thing, the more we bond, and I'm quite loving this thing. I didn't want to use my Freja to get all the stickiness inside of the mechanisms and stuff. So yes, I quite like this thing. Okay, first turn. Nice and slowly. We want them to get brown and sticky, but we don't want them to burn too much. They will burn, but hopefully not too much. Okay, while I have you here, I was packing or sorting knives and things. Now, at this stage, it looks like I have pretty much everything, or anything I can remember at least. But there's one big problem. About 2 months ago, I did a video and I had the ADV in there. And then with that one, I have these 2 titanium old Kaisers. Now, one of them was one of my Grail knives, a Matt Kuchihara design. It was called the Flame, I think. Beautiful recurve, beautiful belly, wonderful knife. But now my problem is I can't find those 3 knives. And that makes me extremely sad. Now I know nobody was going to steal those 3 random knives, so it was most likely one of those things where I put them somewhere to keep them safe, but now I can't find them. But the three of them together is like 10,000 rand. Yeah, maybe more. Well, it should be more. So yes, I'm missing 3 knives and 3 that I really love. Now, where do you look for things like that? I've been looking in sock drawers, in bottom of cupboards, on the top of cupboards. I've been looking everywhere you normally hide things that you love, but I can't find them. And I'm sad. Okay, maybe ribs will make me feel better. Okay, now these guys are close. I don't know, what do you need? Sun, not sun. Anyway, so these guys are close, so I'm going to cut them into riblets and then chuck them back on here. Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do. Sounds like a plan. Okay, I'm done. It's eating time. All of you stay safe, happy. Have a good one. Goodbye.